Hey guys, I am so excited for this news. So it has been announced that Amazon, MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studio, which is owned by Amazon, is going to be putting out a live action Master of the Universe, or He-Man. I grew up calling it He-Man, so I'm just going to call it He-Man. So they're going to be putting out a live action He-Man film, I believe, in 2026. I think August 2026, theatrically. I will post a link to the I'll post a link to the article down below. It's got all the details. It's got Travis Knight as the director, which is the director behind Bumblebee. That's like the sixth Transformers movie, which was a really good movie. I really like that movie a lot. So I'm not going to talk too much about the details. I'll let you guys like read the article and then look online as well. But I just want to say I'm super excited for this movie. I love He-Man. I grew up watching He-Man. I have, two brothers, two older brothers. So it's like He-Man is like a show for boys, right? So, we always watched He-Man growing up. We had the toys. We had Skeletor, we had He-Man, we had Man at Arms. So it was so cool. It was just, the fantasy, the sci-fi. You have obviously He-Man, the strong, the powerful, the honorable, the invincible, seemingly main character, He-Man, although his alter ego, Prince Adam, was very timid and shy. So it's just so awesome seeing this guy transform into, this noble warrior who protected Eternia from the evil forces of Skeletor. So I just love He-Man. It's like, so many good memories watching that show growing up, like the 2002 to 2004 series. So I just can't say enough good things about He-Man and how much I love like the world of Eternia. Like I love sword and sorcery stuff. I just I love everything about it. Castle Grayskull, the lore, Skeletor and Evil Lyn, and the villains were great. Beastman, Triclops, Trapjaw, and then the heroes you had obviously He-Man, Man at Arms, Many Faces, Mechanic, Battle Cat, you know, Tila. So you had all these great characters, and I just absolutely love the world of Eternia. And recently I watched the first show on Netflix, Masters of the Universe Revelations, and a lot of people gave that show quite a bit of hate because He-Man's not in about like half the show or so, because I'm talking about just the first show. I'm talking about Revelations, not Revolutions, because I haven't watched that one yet. But people give a lot of hate. They said Kevin Smith ruined the character, and it's it was just all female led, which that's not necessarily a bad thing if something's female led. But this is why I liked the show, because in all the other He-Man shows, we've seen that He-Man is always the lead. He's always front and center. In this one, he seemingly dies in the first episode, and it's just like, okay, well, so that's Eternia's protector. He's dead. Where are we gonna go from here? Kind of like a Yu Yu Hakusho type thing. So the other heroes, have to step up. I really liked how they dived in to the backstory of Eternia in that show. So, basically like Eternia was kind of like the first planet, I suppose. They talk about Preternia. Well, I guess Preternia was because it predated everything. And then you had Eternia, and then, Subternia. I like how Tila and the robot dude and Man at Arms, they had to go into Subternia in order to basically get these the two swords basically, and get them back together to this whole ordeal to bring He-Man back to life, which was, again, and now I'm getting into the show on Netflix, so I don't want to ramble on too much, but I really enjoyed Masters of the Universe Revelations. I really liked that show. So I'm gonna watch the newer one, Revelations, that came out. Um, but again, I just can't say enough good things about the Netflix show. Is very good. It's got great action. The story's there. The animation is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I can't say enough good things about it. I love that He-Man wasn't front and center throughout um, the entire show, but eventually he does come in. And when he comes back to life, he's gotta defend his home from Skeletor and all his minions, as well as Evil Lynn actually gains the power of Castle Grayskull. So he's got to defeat her. My only kind of thing I didn't like, or my only gripe with some of the ending scenes, was it's like, well, she's supposed to possess the power of Castle Grayskull, but she's still fighting. Like, one hit from her would destroy Adam, when he didn't have his power. So that was one thing that I was like, okay, that didn't really make a lot of sense. But other than that, I absolutely love that show. So I am so excited for He-Man. It is, aside from Marvel and DC, as well as Transformers from IDW Comics, He-Man is like he's like the character. He's like one of the most popular and prolific figures in like American culture, aside from, Marvel and DC and Transformers. So I'm super, 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 super excited, and 2026 cannot come soon enough.